All right, this next segment is brought to you by FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball, under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling with FanDuel? You can get in on a game while your friends are getting sunburned in the beach. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. So open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started.
What a guy.
All right, next topic. So I wanted to talk about the Cleveland Guardians, and I kind of like the way we closed out 6-1. Going into the All-Star break, we are 4.5 out the wild card. And I think we have the easiest strength of schedule, the remaining way of the Major League Baseball season. So me and Ant asked you all last night to send us a list of 3 players who you think need to step up the most. And we're going to start with Jason. Now, you know, when Mike is in this seat, everything is formal, spelled right. When Ant is here, some things are spelled right, spelled wrong, depends on his mood.
Oh, Lord.
But for me,
he got his own ebonics.
I got my own ebonics. And when I was going through this list, you know, my mama used to say, Earl, you got to get it together. So I'm calling this list the 3 players who need to get it together. We're going to go with Jason's first. Jason, this is your list. Talk to me. These are the 3 guys that got to get it together for the Guardians to make the playoffs.
Yeah, this was easy for me. Those are the 3 names that kind of came to the top of my head was Tanner Bybee, Bo Naylor, and Brian Rocchio. Really, when you say get it together, they got 2 weeks. The trade I'm serious. The Major League Baseball's trade deadline is in 2 weeks. So they have 2 weeks to declare if they're in or if they're out. So really, it's a tight window that we're operating under for the purposes of this conversation.
Right.
Now, obviously, the Tigers sold and still made the playoffs last year. That's highly unusual. So I guess, you know, that could happen again. And I don't know how much they really have to sell at the deadline. Carlos Santana, I would imagine, is in his final days. I would think that he would be traded here within the next couple of weeks. But when I look specifically at those 3 guys, Tanner Bybee, we've said it all along, it may be unfair, but he's the ace. Until Shane Bieber gets back, until Gavin Williams takes that next step, Bybee's your ace. And when you have an ace, you're not supposed to have 10-game losing streaks because it's on that ace to come out and deliver. If you've lost 3 in a row, it's on him to stop that streak. And that hasn't been the case. He's been highly inconsistent this year. He's better in his last start, but he's just got ripped by, I think the Dodgers and the Astros have both gotten to him. Now, of course, those are very good teams, but when you're the ace, you can't have these outings where you're giving up 5, 6, 7 runs in 3 innings. Naylor has been frustrating all year. I've seen defensive lapses. The play where Manzardo had 2 errors on 1 play, Manzardo gets charged with the error because Bo's got his head down kicking the dirt. He's not even paying attention to what's going on. The pass ball was brutal a few days ago on Clase was trying to close it out. And Rocchio has actually been better. Since he brought him back up from Columbus in July, he's got an OPS of about 780. It's above average. That has to continue. And as frustrated as I've gotten with Rocchio and a number of other people have, he's still only played about 190 games into his career. He's still very young. He's only, I think, 24 years old. So, but it's like you want to start seeing some signs of growth. Obviously, he had the playoff series last year. Then he was terrible again for most of this year. The Arias injury opened the door for him. If he can continue to string together good at-bats, quality at-bats here, those are the 3 guys for me. It would really transform the offense if you can inject some life from Naylor and Rocchio. Naylor's got the 9 home runs. He's hitting under 200, though. His OPS is around like 620 or so. So I would love to see Bybee really sort of emerge as the guy. We've been talking about it for 2 years now. And then Rocchio and Naylor could really inject some life into the lineup.
So what's up, Cyrus? What you got?
All right.
With your peoples.
So, Tyvis,
You know
he sent in his gotta get it together list.
I know
and
one of
here
them.
it is.
You know what's crazy? Is that I am really becoming a baseball expert. 'Cause my list is pretty similar to Jason, who considers himself a baseball expert. We got one name different. For the same reasons, I went with Bo Naylor, Rocchio, and I went with Kyle Manzardo. I'll start with Kyle Manzardo. The reason that I went with Kyle Manzardo is I'm fully expecting the Guardians to trade Carlos Santana at the deadline. fully. So what that means is Kyle Manzardo should become the everyday starter at first base. And the last time we see him at first base was not good at all. So he definitely got to get it together. And I just feel like at the beginning of the season, this man was on fire. I think he hit more home runs than anybody else in baseball in the first, 2 weeks, month, whatever it was. And since then, it's just plateaued. Now, don't get me wrong, last game, he knocked one right out the park. But since then, it's just been nothing really from him. And so I think to keep this lineup lengthened and trying to make sure that we don't all the way miss Josh Naylor, he's got to step up in a big way and continue to start hitting them home runs and at least get some RBIs. Rocchio, I agree with him. Ever since he's come back up, he has played a lot better. I know Jason was done with him. A lot of his fan base was done with him. But, he's done a really good job of coming back up. I think since he's been up, I only seen him be watching personally. I think I've seen him miss one play where the ball went over his glove and he gave up a base hit for an RBI. Outside of that, he's been really good, but he needs to also get back to his playoff performances when it comes to the bat. How he was playing in the playoffs, hitting them home runs, getting them big hits. They're going to need that if they're going to try to make this push to try to make that last wild card. And then Bo Naylor. We need somebody at the end of the lineup to do something. He's the only guy at the end of the lineup because they won't make Big Christmas play every day. So Bo Naylor got to be the guy that steps up and hits some home runs, and he's got to get that batting average up, all of that stuff. But you got to hit the ball, bro. Like, you got to start hitting the ball. If we start getting more hits, you see how y'all beat the Astros? Because everybody started to contribute to the hitting side. The pitching was good. It might have not. It was times where guys fell off the cliff, but we didn't really notice it as much because the hitting was over there. You guys was getting hits, getting on base, hitting home runs, and things like that. And to me, the hitting has been the biggest problem of this team this year. I do hear you on the Tanner Bybee thing. I should have put him, but I went with Kyle Manzardo.
Look at these baseball experts out here. Now, G.
Well, hang on, real quick. I want to mention one thing off his list. Manzardo, I hear you. I like it. They won't put him in the lineup every day. He produces when he's in there.
Even if they trade Carlos Santana?
I think they'll bring up Kafus, and Kafus will be the primary first baseman, and Manzardo will
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I think Stephen Vogt middle name is Platoon.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, Kafus is left-handed too.
Hold on. Let me get this right. Kyle Manzardo's been playing in the majors this entire year.
Yeah.
He's been platoon. He's been splitting.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that they would trade Carlos Santana and bring in a guy from the minors and let him start every day over Kyle Manzardo?
Manzardo will still play first base. I think Kafus, if they're both in the lineup, Kafus will be the primary defensive first baseman because Manzardo is not great defensively. We've all seen that.
Well, I mean, he got to work on it.
I agree.
You know how you get better?
I totally agree.
I mean, listen. The wild card, 4.5 out right now?
There's a lot of teams.
Might as well go ahead and,
There's a lot of teams.
Look for the future.
Between that 4.5 gap, though. They got a lot of teams to climb over.
All right, before we show G list, G, I love you like a big brother. You're always there for me. You're always looking out for me. But you struggle, man, to do the simplest things. Like, get simple 3 names in time. So you ended up sending it in, and we're going to show the world your real list in a minute. But I put together a list for you. This is G's list. This is the list. I've got to get it together. Dylon, and Dylon. If you've ever seen Dave Chappelle, you know this skit. Now, if you didn't give me a real list, we was just going to rock off this. So you want to show the people your real list, or you want to explain this list first?
Listen, first of all, who's the hottest rapper in the world? Dylon.
Dylon. Because I spit on fire.
Yo, I listen. Did
you really send him this?
Nah, he didn't.
I made this up.
But it's funny though.
See, Mike or Ant, they would have just concocted a real graphic, but I'm like, no.
Nah.
I gotta have some fun with G. You know what I mean? You gotta do better. It was 3 names. I sent the rundown at 8:30 last night.
No, and he called me.
And I talked to the man.
He talked to me. We was on the phone like 20 minutes.
You should have asked him. Why didn't you tell him to text you?
That's usually what they be doing. Like they be. Look, I'm gonna blame it. I'm like, listen. I'm like Dustin. I'm like, listen, you got to tell me 6 times, and then like just get me right. McNuggets would be like, I need your graphics. He's like, no, just come upstairs with me, dog. Just come upstairs. We'll type the graphic up. But I did get it in, and I did wear this hat today. Because this hat right here, people say, what is it? This is wolves in sheep's clothing. And Tyvis is not no baseball aficionado.
Yes, I am.
Let me show you. Here's why my list is crazy.
Is John Kinsey
All right, show
on
me your real list.
I can't believe he wasn't on your list. That's the other thing I was going to say.
I thought about it.
This right here is it. This it. First of all, you already beat a dead horse with Kyle Manzardo. 15 home runs. He is the only person that I can feasibly look at this point in time that I could even hope and wish and squint and be like, okay, can he give me 25 home runs? Give me 30 home. Can you give me 25 to 30 home runs? Right?
Oh, okay.
If you can get that type of production out of him, I would never. Jose Ramirez would never see a pitch from me. He would be Barry Bonds status. Intentionally, he would not see fastballs, none of that. They have no power in order. They got 2 hitters. They got Quan, they got Ramirez, and Manzardo is offering the minimowski amount of power that we can. Now, he only batting 217, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take the power numbers. Now, here the crazy thing is, I wouldn't have mentioned him, and the reason he made my list was because I feel in my heart of hearts, they're not bringing none of these dudes up. They playing with our emotions. They are not bringing these dudes
When
up.
Chase DeLauder got hurt.
Man, look, they waited him out. Of course he got hurt. They waited him out. He was down there chomping at the bit to get on. And then, oh, look, he pulled a hammy. Like, come on,
It
bro.
wasn't that serious, right?
No,
it's not
but listen, but in the Guardians,
Sore hand.
in the Guardians,
waited him out.
and you got a sore hand. That's 2 to 4 weeks. We got to nurse you back to health. So anyway, we need more power out of Kyle Manzardo. 2 home runs in the last couple games. I like it. Gavin Williams, bro, you're 6'6".
Is he 6'6"?
You're 6'6", 240. You could play tight end. You could play small forward. Your name is the Big Rig. Why are you not delivering? You should not have Tanner Bybee out here being the ace. Guess what? Tanner Bybee got that Guardians extension. You know what the Guardians extension is? It'd be like 15 years, $5 million. Take it or leave it. We talk about we got to him before arbitrations. Yeah, you paid him annihilators, bro, and Jolly Ranchers, bro. This dude Tanner Bybee didn't get no extension. That extension is he going back. That's play money. That's monopoly money. He ain't getting nothing off. Like Gavin Williams was like, I'm kind of glad I'm sucking right now. I'm kind of trash.
They ain't gonna be able to sign him because who's his
Boris.
name? There
He's
it
a
is.
Boris
He's
client.
not.
There it is.
So even if he gets nice, this is the problem.
He ain't staying here.
They play gladiator baseball, not Guardians. They gladiator They put $15 in the ring and tell you to fight to the death over it. Who gonna get it first?
Wait, have we ever signed a Boris client?
I mean, not that I can.
So it's
Like in terms of it taking an extension?
Yes.
No.
Bro,
No, they don't. Boris
Bro.
guys don't take extensions.
They
Boris
won't-
guys go to free agency.
these dudes.
so our chances of keeping him is slim to none.
None.
And Slim just walked out the door.
And-
Boris
because
is
they
the
got-
Drew Rosenhaus of
All right,
baseball.
clearly.
They broke the bank.
How many years we got left on him?
Gavin, he hasn't reached arbitration yet, so at least three or four.
Hey, by the way, it's nasty work how baseball just ruins your whole life. Like, bro, they be arbitrationing you. You come into the organization, you be 19. You get to walk in free agency when you're 32. How do you control a man's 19 to 32? Like, this is crazy. Like, I just started.
Yeah.
I got my temps. When I started with the Guardians. I am now 35, and they're like, you just hit the market, bro. Congratulations.
Retirement soon.
So, but listen, Gavin Williams, I need something more from you because if we can get these pitching rotation down and ready to go. Gavin Williams, he's balling. I look at him as a guy that should be a number 1 ace. He has the pitches, he has the size, the makeup. He looks like somebody to a novice when you say, I got this prospect down in the minors. His pitcher pulls up. He looks like he can hit for power and throw 90,000 miles an hour. He doesn't do it. I need more out of you, bro. And then Shane Bieber. This is wishing upon a star. I know Jay, I did this for Jay Crawford because I don't know what Jay thinks. He's going to come back and Shane Bieber is going to have this golden arm. He's going to come back and Shane Bieber going to be Shane Bieber 3 years ago. I'm like, listen, did we not learn that with Nick Chubb? Now, if he can come back and give us
He might.
a couple of innings here or there, but they need to be
So he ain't gonna be the ace.
no, they need to be even. They're behind so many teams in this wild card. They need to be like one game out. And then I can start saying, oh, well, Shane Bieber might go into the mix. Because right now, if I'm Shane Bieber, I'm pitching 3 or 4 games, and I'm trying to get up out of here too, because he won a bag.
What's the series? It's the A's, and who's after the A's?
Everybody.
No, like what's the series? Is it the
Oh, the schedule?
Royals?
I don't remember.
They play a bunch of garbage. Too.
So they got a chance to like.
But the Bieber thing,
There it
there's a
is.
schedule.
Thank you.
Baltimore, which is worse than they should be, Kansas City, Colorado.
They can make up a lot of ground.
Well, they better, because Bieber may not throw another pitch for them.
See what I'm saying?
But like the Bieber thing, we had Zach Meisel on the show a couple weeks ago, and like he's not going to be healthy before the trade deadline. He's not going to be ready to go. Like he's still making rehab starts. He's just now restarting his rehab assignment. So the trade deadline's going to come and go before Shane's ready to pitch. So what do you do with Shane Bieber? Like, because you've made the investment in him, because you made the $14 million investment in him for this year,
You put him out there.
are you going to keep him and try and make a run at this in August?
Yep.
Do you trade him at the end of July and get what you can for him?
Well,
Like
and Zach was saying who would trade for him without seeing him pitch?
Oh, I think teams would. Now you're not going to get a war chest for him.
No.
But there's a dearth of pitching at the trade deadline. Teams are always looking for arms. He would be. And you can send scouts to see his rehab outing, so you can get an idea of what his radar gun readings are and where he's at.
So would it behoove him?
What would you do?
Would it behoove him
I'll tell you in 2 weeks.
to chill out? If you was Shane Bieber and you was his agent, does it
Rosenhaus is his agent, actually. The Rosenhaus company.
Oh, okay. Well, we know
It's not his direct agent, but his agent works for Drew Rosenhaus.
So, do you think it would be more advantageous for him to be like, all right, well, I'm gonna just wait till next year to play?
No.
He need to get.
He
the
needs
look.
to get on the mound. He's
needs to
got a
look.
player option for it. He's trying to get the bag. He's never been paid. Like he's never gotten that big free agent deal.
How old is Shane? How does Shane Bieber?
35.
This is why defense be facts. Like it be packaged different, and y'all just think I'm playing.
Yeah, 33.
Think about this. This man done won a Cy Young,
Yep. Sure did.
and think of how many years ago he tore up his elbow. That was 2 years ago. How old is he?
He's 30. But
All his glory days is behind.
All
You know
his
who else is
splendor.
like that? Scooble.
But Shane was an older prospect when he came up. He spent, I think, 3 or 4 years in college, and then they control your rights for. Shane came up early. I don't remember if they got an extra year of control on him or not. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I mean, baseball controls you for 6 to 7 years. That's your service time.
Bro.
So, and then he re-signed. No one ever thought he would sign a contract extension. The only reason he did is because he got hurt. So he signed a 1+1. He's got money this year, and he's got the player option next year. Shane wants to get back as soon as possible. He needs to make as many starts as he can this year to prove that he's healthy. Hopefully pitches well, and then he can turn that into a long-term extension. So, yeah. No, there is no sitting out. As soon as he's ready, he'll be back.
Dang, Earl. I didn't know they were signing baseball players to 360 deals.
Hey, first of all, this ended up being a great segment, man. This segment was really entertaining. Y'all got Ant back here laughing his ass off. Honorable mention from Ant, Stephen Vogt. The managerial decisions for him has been horrible.
I actually thought about that.
I asked the chat who they think need to get it together in a mama voice. Nolan Jones, I couldn't agree with that. I think Stephen Kwan got a higher slugging percentage than Nolan Jones. Go figure
What
that.
happened?
See,
Jason was talking. Oh, if you look at his numbers, it should be.
The Statcast numbers were. I'm done with that. Like eventually, you got to produce.
Hey, listen, and I told you, eventually you come to the realization that you're not getting that 4,500. That 4,500 is not coming down the pipeline. It's time to pivot.
I mean, he's only playing against right-handers, and his numbers are what they are. So, the ship has sailed as far as I'm concerned on Nolan in terms of a guy who's got to get it together. Like it's just not happening.
Speaking of getting together, get us together with one of these reads, Earl, man.